we're going to turn our attention to some basic algebra, and I hope you love it as much as I do, and I hope you love it even more after this video. Right, so first of all, some terminology. A variable is a thing that varies. It changes its value. For example, x, or any other letter we call a variable. A constant is fixed. For example, 5. 5 is always 5. Terms are separated by plus and minus signs. So here we've got an expression. Now we don't count that as a separate term. We basically go along until we find either a plus or a minus sign. So that whole piece is one term. We don't count separately inside the bracket. That's the second term. And then the third term. So this expression has got 3 terms. A binomial expression has 2 terms. Bi, like as in bicycle, 2 wheels, while a trinomial, like a tripod, has 3 terms. The coefficient of a variable is the number preceding it. So for example, if you have 5x, then the coefficient of x is 5 rather. The degree of an expression is the highest power. So let's take a look at a question now. Consider this expression. How many terms has it got? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is its degree? Well, its highest power is 3, so the degree is 3. We can rewrite it in descending powers of x. I'm going to do that over here. Remember, descending means from biggest to smallest. So 4x cubed. Notice that it's a positive 4x cubed. So the sign to the left of the number is what really matters. Now plus 2x squared. And that plus is coming from that plus in front of the x squared there. Then minus 3x. And again, we're taking the sign that the 3x has with it. And then minus 7. What is the coefficient of x? Well, the coefficient of x is negative 3. What's the constant term? Well, negative 7. Let's rewrite this one in alphabetical order, right? Remembering that the signs stay with the variables. So negative 3a, after a comes b, and there's plus 1b at the front here. We don't need to write the 1. Then minus a c from here, minus 7d, plus 6e, and minus 2f. Okay. Just some sort of shorthand notation. 3p means 3 times p, which is the same as p plus p plus p. P to the 5 means p multiplied by itself 5 times, 5 factors of p multiplying together. 6p squared means 6 times p times p. It is something different to 6p squared, which means 6p times by 6p. Notice there's a big difference between these two. In this blue one, the 6 and the p are being squared, whereas 6p squared like this just means that the p is being squared and then multiplied by 6. Okay, let's give some algebraic expressions for the following. A number twice as big as k, well, that's 2 times k, and the short way of writing that is just 2k. A number that is 3 less than g, well, g minus 3. A number f multiplied by itself 7 times and added to 3 times its square. Well, f multiplied by itself 7 times is f to the 7, and added to 3 times its square. Its square is f squared. My wife and my combined ages in 5 years' time, if I'm now x and she's now y, well, in 5 years' time, I'll be x plus 5, she'll be y plus 5, and altogether, that will add up to x plus y plus 10. That's an algebraic expression for our ages in 5 years' time, our combined ages. Square x and then add 3. That's x squared. That's x squared plus 3. Add 3 to x and then square the result. Add 3 to x and then square the result. The number of boys playing tennis, if there are D courts of doubles and S courts of singles. Well, on each court of doubles, there'll be 4 boys. So if there are D courts of doubles, then there'll be 4 D boys on the doubles courts. On each singles court, there'll be 2 boys. And if there are S courts, then there'll be a total of 2 S boys. Altogether, there will be 4D plus 2 S boys on those tennis courts. Right. Let's do some substitution. So A is negative 3, B is 2, and C is 5. And we have been asked to evaluate, which means find the value of these expressions. ABC is going to be negative 3 times by 2 times by 5. Okay, negative 3 times by 2 is negative 6, and negative 6 times by 5 is negative 30. A minus 2B, well, that's going to be minus 3 minus 2 lots of 2. So that's going to be minus 3 minus 4. It's going to be minus 7. A plus B to the C is going to be negative 3 plus 2 to the 5. Now, negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1 to the power of 5. Now, we're going to multiply negative 1 by itself 5 times. Every time you multiply 1 by itself, you still get 1. Remember, every time you multiply negative by negative, you get a positive. But we've got an odd number of negatives here, so we're going to end up with a negative answer, negative 1. If this had been an even power, we would have got a positive 1. A squared B, negative 3 squared times B. Right, this is going to be negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9 times 2, positive 18. Negative B squared, now just careful here, this is negative 2 squared. It's not the same as negative 2 squared. That's not what we're being asked for. We're being asked to square 2 and then make the answer negative. So the answer here is negative 4. Right, then lastly, the square root of 10 minus AB, well, that's going to be the square root of 10 minus negative 3 times by 2, right? And on the denominator, I've got 5 plus A minus B, right? And so on the numerator, I end up with the square root of 10 plus 6, which is 16. Square root of 16 is 4, but that's actually unimportant because on the denominator I end up with 0. And remember that anything divided by 0 is undefined. If the 0 is underneath, the thing is undefined. Underneath, undefined. Okay. Big rule in algebra, never add unlike terms. So if you've got 3 bananas, 2 oranges, and another banana, then altogether you've got 4 bananas plus 2 oranges. You cannot combine them to get orange bananas because bananas are yellow. All right. Here we've got a similar problem with some money. You can't start adding dollars to pounds to euros. All we could do here is combine the $5 and the minus $3, and we could change that to $2 plus 7 pounds plus 4 euros. Right. I know that we could convert these into one another to add them. Right. Likewise here, we've got 3 meters. We can add the 2 centimeters and the 5 centimeters because they are like, and we can add, then we've got plus 1 millimeter. Right. As I said, with the money, as with the distances, we could convert these in order to combine them. However, you can't change x's to y's. So here we can only combine the like terms. So 2x, that's a plus 2x, take away 7x, minus 5x. Negative 5y, add 11y, plus 6y. And that's where you stop, because you cannot combine those. They are unlike. Right, let's just do a couple of examples just to finish off here. Don't forget your order of operations. So over here, we've got to do the multiplication first. So this becomes minus 6x squared y. So 3x squared y minus 6, sorry, this is an x squared y, minus 6x squared y. Yes, those are like, so negative 3x squared y. 4x times negative 2x, negative 8x squared. 8x cubed divided by negative 2x. Well, when you divide a positive by a negative, you get a negative. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and x cubed divided by x is x squared. So we're going to get negative 8x squared minus 4x squared. So we actually end up getting minus 12x squared. Right, and then this one, we're going to do what's in the brackets first. So we're going to get 2bc minus 3c times by, now 5b minus 7b is negative 2b. Next, I'm going to do the multiplication. So I've got 2bc, I've got negative 3c times negative 2b, that's going to be plus 6cb. And this is important to realize that a bc and a cb are exactly the same, right? So we're going to get 8bc. Okay, I just want to check back over here. I did think I'd left one off here, which I just wanted to look at. Just a really important thing. This here, a squared b, is actually like with ba squared. And the reason it's like is that both have two a's and a b multiplying together. The order is not important. We know that 3 times 7 and 7 times 3 are the same. So an ab and a ba, so 3 times 7, 7 times 3 are the same. An AB or an a squared b is the same as a ba squared. So those two are like, and I can combine them to get negative 6a squared b. Likewise, these two, which I've double underlying, are like. They both have two b's and an a multiplying together. I've got negative 5 of them plus 2 of them, so negative 3b squared a or ab squared. We normally write our variables in alphabetical order.